That's when to go. Hey YouTube.
What's up?
It's Di and Kai. It's been a very long time. A whole lot has transpired since the last time we've all met. I guess it's a tell-all. Everything that has happened, and I'm gonna do it like really quick. I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna have a lot of questions. We're gonna do the best we can to address everyone, as we always do. And if we have missed you, we apologize. Kai is just here. She's not talking. Why aren't you talking?
Because I don't want to do the video.
She's not talking because there has been some things that have taken place that she's just really not comfortable sharing with the world. You guys are my homies. I don't care. It's an open and closed book with me. Let's start with, where do we want to start?
From the beginning.
Which would be when?
We left.
Okay.
Before we left.
So
you tell it all. Tell it all.
Okay. So before we left, remind you all that we left May 31st. And when we left, we did the big move. We moved from Arkansas to Phoenix. Prior to that, I got in some trouble. Those of you guys that know me don't think like, oh my gosh, she's like doing the worst, because I'm not. It's just one little simple situation. Got caught up in a little drug transaction. Really, if you know anything about the law, if you were to see everything, you would know that it was entrapment. I mean, I'm not a drug dealer, and but I did whatever. So I went to jail, and I got out.
You jumping ahead.
And how am I jumping ahead?
It happened in Arkansas.
It happened in Arkansas. I went to jail in Arkansas. I got out.
Okay.
And then I went to court, and then I left. Okay, I jumped bail the whole nine. Jumping bail as to say, I'm not gonna deal with this. No, it wasn't like that. It was just that I got in trouble at the wrong time. Had I had I guess there's not a right time to get in trouble, but I had other things on my agenda. You all know that. I know that. She knows it. We know it. Whatever. I left. I got to Phoenix. Phoenix is so awesome, you guys. Oh my God. I can't wait for some of you all to get here that are coming. What happened then? Oh, let me tell you about... Okay. So now this move was not a... Well, come on, let's jump up and just jump and go to Phoenix. This has been planned for over a year. 3 years ago, we decided that we were going to move out of Arkansas regardless. Now, we had several options: Atlanta, Dallas, Houston. Kai talked something about going home. At one point, he was like, I'll even go back to Denver. Hey, she threw it out there. We really didn't really investigate it because I wasn't big on the code, and I think she just kind of downplayed it, but it was mentioned. And Phoenix, at the end of the day, Phoenix had what we found was more to offer. It had the jobs, the weather is awesome, and public transportation. We got bomb public transportation. There are other cities, the transportation is a lot better, but it's feasible to suit our family needs. We were using tax money. We used Kai's tax money to do what we normally do, which is like stock up on everything that we need in the house for several months, from dental floss to toenail clippers. I mean, just anything in between for personal hygiene, anything in between to run a house as far as laundry, soap, face soap, things of that nature. And we thought we were cool. My tax information got stolen. We found out after waiting several weeks for the IRS to say something that, hey, your stuff is pending, or your return went through, whatever. Found out that this crazy lady, and oh my God, I wish I could tell you her name, but I cannot remember. She stole my 3 children's socials. When I did contact the IRS in June, May, somewhere in that area, they said that they don't even have record of me filing. So I begged Kai, literally begged Kai, to go ahead and do my taxes online. Tax Act, thumbs up from us. When she did it, it came back and said these children's, these socials that you're using for your dependents have already been used. What a slap in the face. Really no big deal because we weren't real pressed about the money because we knew that the money was just for the move. We were just going to trick it off on the move. Long story short, we had given notices on jobs, notice to the landlord, and the tax money didn't come in. I stopped working in March. It didn't work. What happened then? Oh man. So I have relatives in Phoenix, and I had a relative that said, I explained to her everything from getting in trouble with the law, having a pending case, possibly.
You told her that?
I told her that when we went. Yeah, I told her that. I told her everything. When we got down to the week prior to us leaving, or the week of us leaving, actually, she said, no. It was a few weeks prior to us leaving. I explained our situation, still hadn't heard anything from the IRS, which was the most major issue. And she said that I'd rather, you guys can come and stay with me before I let you guys be out. Okay, we were cool with that. Nakisha was like, well, if it doesn't work, then what? My thing was, if we had to live in the expedition, that's what we'll do. We'll shower in Walmart. I love you, Walmart. You love Walmart?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you love Walmart?
Because that's where I shop.
I love Walmart because I could go in there and walk around all night and be cool. And I used to see people do this. Like when I worked at Walmart, homeless people would like be in there. So I know that my family and I could like go in there and hang out, take showers, brush our teeth, the whole nine. Not really a shower, but a whole bath. It works. The Monday before we left, we were leaving Friday. That Monday, I talked to my cousin and she was like, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. And I remember I was sitting in the restroom on the phone and I just felt like I could flush my own self down the toilet. Like, what am I going to do with my girlfriend and 50 kids? Like, really? I mean, really? Okay, so I told Kai this can't be happening. My cousin did make a suggestion about shelters. I've never experienced the life of a shelter. I have relatives. I know people. They go to shelters. You don't really think of it. I never thought about it. I couldn't imagine what it was like till I got in one. She said she couldn't help us, but if any of you all that know me, determination is like, whoa, very optimistic. Definitely look at the glass half full. We still came.
Yeah, we still came.
We came with all 50 of our children.
Why did you say them 50?
Because there's so many of them, you just lose number when you get when you get past 5 kids. It's just 550. It's the same thing,
Right.
We came.
Make it somewhat short. What?
Can I see somebody's phone?
Are you really interrupting us? Are you
I was
serious? You're a phone
what
junkie.
Keisha said.
There you go.
But we came. Go ahead.
And I have an older cousin who lives in an apartment. So it's like, and then she already had 2 additional heads that were not supposed to be with her. And again, I said she's older. Plus, man, she's like, she was born and raised Kojic. She's not into the gay thing. Very respectful to Nakisha. Now, you think she's respectful? Mm-hmm. Yeah, my cousin May is like super bomb. She ain't with the gay thing, but she didn't like, dog walk us and be like, oh, you guys are living in sin and you're gay. And well, we did have a conversation about me living in sin, but she was very respectful. And I knew that me and 50 children, plus my girlfriend, could not live there. Now, she probably would have had me and my 50 kids versus me and my girlfriend, but it just wouldn't work. I mean, she lives in a very well-to-do, I guess what you would call a white suburban neighborhood. It's hard to sneak a bunch of little, they're not even essays, man. They're just, they're black kids, and it just wouldn't happen. Okay, so when my cousin mentioned to me about the shelter, I did contact the shelter that she was familiar with, and there was a lady that worked there, and she was just like, right. I explained to her my situation. She told me to call her the day prior to me leaving, the day that I left, and call several times over the road so that she could keep me like up in the loop and being like in line to move my family into a shelter. I get here in the middle of the night, June 1st, Everybody's in my truck asleep. I get to the shelter. I get out. I go ask for this individual. And there's like, she's not here. It's the weekend. And I had been calling her all over the highway. Could not reach her. Leaving her all kind of messages. Could not reach her. They gave me a number to call. It's like, in Minneapolis, it's your 311. I don't know what you got in Arkansas, you poor boo-boos. But it's first call for help type atmosphere. So when I called them, they were just like, we ain't got no help for you. Call back at 8 o'clock in the morning. Called at 8. They were like, call back at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Call back at 8 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the evening, and 8 o'clock again at night. That's when they update their system that, you know, there's this shelter, that shelter, somewhere it's open. Man, we did that mess for a day.
Yep.
It was a day. And then finally, Sunday night, Kai made the call. Because I remember I finally went to sleep and we were at my older cousin's house. I went to sleep.
Spread out everywhere in this two-bedroom apartment. Very small.
Yeah.
Man.
And
hot.
Were you hot?
I was hot.
Well, you guys know I don't get hot really, but unless I'm going through a little changing thing.
But I'm not complaining about it, so I don't want anybody seeing this video thinking I'm complaining about the cousin's place because we were thankful for it. But it was hot.
I don't get hot like that.
Burned up, but we were spread it everywhere.
Yeah,
y'all.
we were
in this
all
little
over
bitty living room.
Man, I felt bad.
I felt bad too. To put my feet on her couch, it was just.
But that's how my cousin is. She was just like, hey, well, we're just going to have to make it happen, you know. And so that's what we did. Kai made the 8 o'clock phone call, and the people were like, you got to be here in an hour. So she's like waking me up out of my sleep. And I just felt like, again, God has, in my simple ways, rained on us.
But shelter, y'all. She wasn't aware of what she was really getting us into. We wasn't aware exactly what we were getting into.
Well, that is true. However, we jump up, we hurry up and pack everything back in the vehicles, pack the kids back in the vehicles. I really hope you're not moving a lot with that video camera. But however, anyway, Dion's videotaping you guys, so you kind of will know how that goes. But man, we get to this shelter. First of all, it's a building with a big 12-foot, maybe 15-foot
freaking warehouse. It was a warehouse with a whole lot of cubicles for families to be.
But wait, first let me tell you. Now you guys know that my 19-year-old daughter came with us. Her being an adult, they would not allow her to be with us in this particular shelter. Now the shelter has two sides. It has a family side and it has a women's side. Well, they didn't have any room for the women's side or something. I don't even know, or we didn't know about it or something. So on the family side, she couldn't go. So naturally, she had to stay with my cousin May, which was no problem. But you really don't want to separate, you know. And then our money was strapped. It's like, who wants to drive to the suburbs? And then way on the other side of Phoenix every day, you know, meeting this kid and all this other stuff. But whatever, we get there. Dion, the 12-year-old, was ultimately unhappy. I mean, he was like
scared, nervous.
I'm looking at her strange because she was tripping too. I've never been in a shelter. I'm thinking, man, this is gonna be cool. We're just gonna get on our feet. Man, first of all, the locked gate. Okay, you're doing a lot of moving, partner.
My hand tired.
Cut it off.